Hey y'all. I hope everyone is having a great week thus far. Happy Friday. I'm coming on here briefly because I just got off I had a session with someone who used the term I am borrowing I'm borrowing characters for my series, and these characters that I'm borrowing are interwoven into my series. So I can't, or I don't want to rewrite all these notifications. I don't want to rewrite my series. Guys, you have to be mindful when you are borrowing someone's character. This particular person did not care to expand upon what borrow meant, nor did they care to share what characters that they are using. So I politely told them this. You have to be mindful that what you are borrowing, someone is considered theft, that you are stealing from them. These characters, and I just use the example of Marvel, DC. Please note that I am not a lawyer or anything like that, just giving my, expertise, my information that I'm aware of. All right. These characters like DC, Marvel, they are not only trademarked, but they are copywritten, right? And so by borrowing someone's character, even though you may not be making a lot of money, you may not be making money, you are infringing upon their rights, right? If they're trademarked, if they are copywritten. Now, I did some kind of brief research, and there are like 10 public domain characters that are within the DC and Marvel, series, their comics that are coming out of copyright. Even though they are coming out of copyright, that does not mean that they are still not trademarked. All right, so like Thor, I think, I've seen Thor. I enjoyed the shows, whatever. Even though that particular, I think that's Marvel. I think that's a Marvel comment. Even though that particular comment is coming out of coming out of copyright, and you in essence can use Thor overall because Thor was, around before Marvel made it a character. But their likeness, their Superman trait, their quality is copywritten or trademarked. So you have to be mindful that even though some of these characters are coming out of copyright, as far as I think it's like 70 plus years of, the life of the person or whatever, even though they're coming out of copyright, you have to be mindful of like the descriptions that you are using, and that by playing this, by using their characters, you are infringing, or you could be infringing upon, their trademark and their copyright. All right. So I just want to be mindful of that. This is the second time that I've heard the term borrowing. So I'm assuming there's some other people that are borrowing some people's characters, but you need to be mindful of that, because what you are borrowing, you can in essence be stealing, and you will be, or could be, liable for some legal issues, even if, there's some, I think they have the free use clause out there. You just want to be mindful of that, because Marvel and DC got some deep pockets, all right? So I would just say stay clear of using the imagery, the likeness, the name of these characters that you are borrowing. I don't care if it's Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Disney, whoever. These characters are copywritten, and trademarked, all right, and they are protected. Unless you are licensing. Now, if you got the license to use them, because there are some authors that you actually pay a license to use the name, the imagery, the likeness of this character, right? So if you got the license, don't worry about that. Go on about your business. You got legal use to use the character. But if you are borrowing these characters without licensing them, then you are putting yourself into some legal trouble. All right. So that is my soapbox rant for today. Thank y'all for tuning in. My name is Ashley M. King. I am the Get It Done Queen. I help people of faith tell their story through writing a book and leverage their message to create products and services to help them reach the people God has called them to. To learn more about me, you can go to ashleymking.com. Also go to getitdonepublishing.com. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and have a blessed day.